He chose Nebraska over Temple, TCU, and Pitt. He was committed to Oregon State. Of course, Mike Riley left Oregon State. So then he was looking for some place to go. There were a number of schools going after him. Pitt was the last school and probably the hardest to go after him. And, their head coach has got a pretty good reputation with linebackers at this point. So he had to decide between Nebraska and Pitt. He turns down Pat Narduzzi at Pitt and ends up at Nebraska as the 20th member of the class. Outside linebacker, played, looked like almost like a defensive end. What he played was the down box safety. So he was a safety in the box the majority of the time, and all he did was basically run.
I had no clue what I was doing.
We set up the rocket.
Hit ignition.
And
then nothing. Sometimes I laugh when I'm frustrated.
Then out of nowhere, the rocket launched into the air.
The rocket did get into the air.
I've never seen anything fly so high.
And then crashed into a kite. Look out! And then the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
Even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle and a great deal? Then it's Baxter and Baxter Ford for a huge selection of the highest quality certified and pre-owned vehicles. Every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 125-point inspection. All factory service and safety items updated. Plus, get 3 years of oil changes. All certified vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile factory warranty. For the highest quality pre-owned vehicles, it's Baxter and Baxter Ford.
It just doesn't get any better.
For more deals, go to BaxterAuto.com.
This is Tom Osborne, co-founder of the Teammates Mentoring Program. As we start the new year with National Mentoring Month, we want to take time to show gratitude to the 7,000-plus mentors that make an impact on the lives of their mentees. Our message in 2015 is one of gratitude. Thank you to all of our mentors that share their time and talent with their mentees, and to all those that support our mission to positively impact the world by inspiring youth to reach their full potential. At Teammates Mentoring Program, our 2015 resolution is to continue our impact by reaching our goal of serving 10,000 youth in 2015. There are young people that are ready to be matched with a mentor today. Help us close the gap. We hope you'll consider becoming a mentor as part of your new year. For more information on how to become a mentor with Teammates Mentoring Program, visit teammates.org. I mentor. Will you?
Let's be honest. It costs a bucket load to take the family out on the town at full price. So why the hell are you paying the full freight for a date? Sign up today at dailydealomaha.com for savings of 50 to 90% off regular prices. You can get your eating, shopping, and entertainment game right all while taking it easy on your wallet. Sign up today. Go to dailydealomaha.com and start saving. That's dailydealomaha.com.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
While you're at work, Fido's working over the house, shredding newspapers and eating pillows. What can you do? Bonjour Dog Daycare could be the answer. With big and little dog play groups, indoor and outdoor play yards, snack time and nap time, dogs leave tired. And a tired dog is a good dog. Call 571-CARE or log on to bonjour.org. Bonjour Dog Daycare, a good day for your dog.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Conversations with Suzanna, broadcasting live on the World-Herald Live app or on omaha.com. Catch her every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, empowering you to look for and accept the good in everything. This is Conversations with Suzanna.
You are exactly where you need to be. I am trying to multitask, which is not my long suit. So if you got the text this morning, you know that we're going to be here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You catch us on Twitter. You can catch us all over the place. Please download the app, but have you tried the omaha.com app? It's incredible. We have a little bit of everything on the app. And as I'm talking to you now, I'm trying to write down on my Twitter app to call in, if you would like, to talk to our guest today is Matthew Ferry. But we're not going to talk to him until I can hit send. Are you ready? We're doing it. This is live radio, live action, and I just sent the number. So we are going to be completely alive, completely responsive to your needs and your calls. We're just about supporting you. This show is centered on you, centered on what will empower you to make every day your best day, to make every day a little bit better than the last. If you have questions about anything, please come to me on Twitter, come to me on Facebook, and tell me who you'd like to talk about, because we're going to do it. This conversation is about you, supporting you in all that you do. So, again, welcome. Conversations with Suzanna. The door is open. Come on in. Let's have a conversation. Our first guest today is somebody that I've talked to before, and I must tell you, I'm pretty impressed with him for several reasons. Number one, he says the mindset is the only one change that changes everything. Welcome to the show, Matthew Ferry.
Well, thank you for having me back again.
Oh, this is a really pleasure for you. Your website is a little bit different. Actually, I noticed that you can get free 7 steps e-course to master your mindset. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Tell me about our mindset. What is our mindset? First of all, before we go in it, let's talk about the monkeys in the mind.
The monkeys in the mind. Well, I came up with a little nickname for my mind many, many years ago, called the drunk monkey, and a little spin on the Eastern thought that the mind is the monkey mind. But back then I was a young kid, and I found that my mind was incredibly vindictive and mean and judgmental, and I thought that maybe it was intoxicated and being a rude drunk, so I called it the drunk monkey, and it's stuck ever since. But the drunk monkey really, Suzanne, it's nothing more than the negative self-talk in our head that is trying to keep us alive at all costs. That's all it's trying to do.
Keep us alive at all costs. What does that mean, Matthew?
Yeah. Well, Susanna, you walk into a room, and your mind immediately starts to judge, assess, and evaluate you in comparison to all the other people.
Mm-hmm.
It begins to judge and assess all the other people, and this is one of its tactics, and one of the things that it's trying to do is evaluate your status in relationship to other people. Are you okay? Are you safe? Are you in danger? Are you better than other people? Do you get more privileges? Do you get less privileges? These are all just basic drives and motivations that clutter our experience at the party. Because if we're really being honest, we just want to be at the party. We want to enjoy. We want to feel happy. We want to have great conversations, maybe meet new people, connect with old people. But these things in our mind get in our way, and that's at a party. But the same thing happens at a business meeting, or the same thing happens when you walk into the office one day and there's a new person that's hired. Suddenly we go into a judging, assessing, evaluating kind of mindset, and the moment we do that, we stop doing the things that are powerful and productive that move us forward.
We stop doing the things that are powerful and productive in moving forward. So the mindset is, could I call it the ego? That earth guide only that keeps us limited to life?
You bet. Ego is a great way to say it.
Okay, so it's our ego that is, there's good things for the ego, assessing our danger, I imagine, but why does the ego, or why does that drunk monkey not want us to feel safe?
It actually does. So, Suzanna, the drunk monkey, its job is to basically move us towards pleasure and away from pain.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that most of our life today is set up to be very safe. That the things that we are worried and obsessing about are actually not harmful. They might be inconvenient. It might be, inappropriate at the moment. It might be a little uncomfortable, but they're not. They don't warrant the amount of stress and negativity that the drunk monkey will pump into our brain and cause us to be to experience life like, I hate this, or I don't like that, or that person is doing this to me. Those kinds of mindsets are really destructive for us. What I like to say is this. I like to say, just begin to realize that your mind is not your friend. It's not on your side.
I see that as lesson one. I don't understand that at all. I'm sorry. It just shocked me to hear that. What do you mean my mind is not my friend?
It's not interested in your goals. It's not interested in your dreams. It's not interested in your happiness. Those things are not the protocol of your mind. That's the protocol of your higher self, of your intuition, of your spirit. That's what your higher self is interested in. Your mind is interested in keeping that jerk over there who doesn't behave the way I want away from me. Or making sure that I am looking good to all the people around me who aren't even looking. It's keeping me distracted from the things that will actually make me happy and feel like a powerful, effective person. It's focusing me on things that are not going to cause happiness, joy, peace, success. Instead, the mind think about it like this. The drunk monkey basically utilizes stress and negativity as a tool for moving the body. So it's not on your side. It's a warning system. It's like the CIA for the body. That's all. Its job is basically to help the body navigate. But that's not towards your highest goals and the things that will make you happy and successful. That is mostly away from what it inaccurately perceives as a threat. And the drunk monkey literally thinks if someone behaves differently from me, then they are an unknown. And if they're an unknown, then that is a threat. And if that is a threat, I'm going to either attack with my judgments typically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you see her? Blah, 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 blah. Attack. Or get away from and retreat. Two things that are not super effective in having a great life.
Well, do you really believe that happiness and success are available to everyone in every walk of life?
Let's say that I believe that happiness and success are available to a degree to every person. There are some people that do have biological restrictions to their happiness, and maybe they're on some sort of medication to try and moderate that.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people whose drives towards success are not that great, and the truth of the matter is, for them, they will achieve a certain level of success, but maybe never achieve a success that is that they say that's the standard. They may never get to their standard. But what I will say is this, is that every single human being has the potential of experiencing tremendous satisfaction and peace in the place that they are right now. So you can be in a situation that is incredibly negative, yet you can learn mental tricks to be in a positive place so you can take positive forward action inside of a negative situation. Most people do the opposite. They're in a negative situation. They experience themselves as a victim. Being a victim is the illusion of being powerless. And if you think you're powerless, the vote is unanimous.
Being a victim is an illusion of being powerless? Is that what
Correct.
you just said? Really?
That's exactly what I just said. Mm-hmm.
What if I'm in an office and I feel like everyone in the office doesn't like me? They watch me as I walk. They watch me how do I handle that if I want to be happy in my life?
That is such a good question. Well, first of all, the idea that everyone doesn't like me
mm-hmm.
is nothing more than a hyperactive drunk monkey thought. People don't think of you as much as you think they think of you. That's number one. And number two, you can begin to create a new context that starts to pull people in a new direction. And the way to do that is with step 4, the 7 steps. So I really hope that people go to my website and download my free 7-step course on happiness and success. Step 4 is this. You give the gift to everyone that you meet, and you open up the gifts that come your way. I was working with a businessman recently who has been experiencing this feeling like he doesn't get any opportunities, nobody really sees him as an asset, he's at a disadvantage, there's a bunch of people in management that don't like him, blah, blah, blah. And what I said to him was, let's begin to go the opposite direction. I want you to let go of your concern for you, and as a practice, not because you're good at it, but mostly because you're terrible at it, as a practice, I want you to play a game called Giving the Gift. And all Giving the Gift is this.
Okay.
Here's the steps. It's real simple. You put your needs, wants, and desires aside.
Okay.
And instead, you spend your time all day. So let's take the employees walking around the office, everybody hates me.
Right.
I'm not, Matthew, how is that person not a victim, right? That's the question. Well, that person is only a victim because they said so. The situation is not victimizing, but if, in fact, you behave in a way like you're weak, the law of the jungle kicks in. Weakness brings about domination. Weakness brings about people victimizing you. So instead, you go into an empowered place, and the empowered place is to be a contributor. So what you do is you find out, what are people up to? What are they committed to? What do they want? Where are they going? What are they interested in? You look to see, as you're talking to them, you look to see, is there a place that I can contribute? Is there a place that I could make a difference? Maybe there's a resource that I have, or maybe there's some information that I know about. Is there someone I could introduce them to? But my focus is on how do I do something to contribute to this. That's right, to contribute to this person. That's step 2. Step 3 is you actually do make a difference, which is often skipped. I think about how I can make a difference, but then I don't do anything.
Right.
And then step 4 is to watch the miracles happen. Suzanna, when I become a contributor, when I'm focused on making a difference for other people, it is mind-blowing what happens. This man that I've been coaching that has been feels like he's in a victimized position in this bank that he's working for and that nobody appreciates him, suddenly people are appreciating him. Suddenly people are including him. Suddenly he's being pulled into meetings that he wasn't being pulled into before. Opportunities are starting to come his way. One of my mentors, Zig Ziglar, said it in this way: you can get everything in life that you want if you just help enough other people get what they want.
That is a quote I love from Zig Ziglar. That's a great quote. Say it again for me and tell me again what you were going to say.
You can get everything in life that you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. Mr. Zig Ziglar. And the deal is that you're already living an incredibly opulent life. Our perspective is skewed.
Oh, extremely.
Our ancestors, 2, 3, 4 generations, 5 generations ago, would have died to have what we have. Just the basics. The very fact that people are listening to us right now on the radio, extraordinary, mind-blowing.
I'm amazed that I can ask my phone where to go. Give me an address and it'll take me. We really live in a world of technology that has made our life almost too easy, that we don't use it all. Is that a thought you might have?
I don't know if it's that it's too easy, but what it is that the drunk monkey is no longer relevant, given that the majority of us, especially your listeners, are not living in a situation that is actually dangerous. We're living in a situation that is extremely opulent, but we are not taking into account the blessings that we're living. And by getting into a state of gratitude and really focusing every day, making a list of 4, 5, 6 things that you're grateful for, new things every time, really pushing yourself every day to do a new list of things, you suddenly get to experience giving people the gift instead of being selfish.
Matthew, we are going to hold on and keep you, and if you want to call in with a question for Matthew, please feel free to call at 402-255-2000. Matthew, we're going to take a break. We're coming back to talk to you more. You are a fountain of knowledge. Matthew, if you go to his website, MatthewFerry.com, he has a proven method, a proven formula to help you make each day a lot better. This is Conversations with Suzanna on World-Herald Live. You are right where you need to be.
This is the sound of a brand new outdoor grill being hurled off a 20-story building. Now a stylish glass coffee table. An electric guitar. These are the things you could enjoy, all cast into oblivion. Because when you throw away money on wasted electricity, you throw away everything you could have bought with it. Visit EnergySavers.gov and get tips on how to save energy and money. Then do things like switch to Energy Star light bulbs or Energy Star appliances, and you could save hundreds of dollars a year. So this doesn't happen to the recliner you've had your eye on, or this to the treadmill on your wish list, or this to the shiny new bike your kid's been asking for. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad
Keep
Council.
Omaha Beautiful Inc. reminds you to do your part to keep Omaha beautiful. Bring your paint, solvents, and lawn and garden products to Omaha's new disposal facility called Under the Sink. It's free and open to all Douglas and Sarpy County residents at 120th and I. Items not accepted are tires, electronics, ammunition, explosives, asbestos, radioactive items, yard waste, garbage, and waste from businesses. See the details at underthesink.org or call 444-7465. Open Wednesdays and Fridays 9 to 5, Thursdays 9 to 6:30, and Saturdays 9 to 1. Closed Sunday through Tuesday. See more at underthesink.org.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present.
When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium.
When I grow up, I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
When I grow up, I want to be a fancy
When I grow up,
I want to be a bike that races around the
when
country.
I grow up, I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch.
I want to be a skyscraper.
I want to be a...
I want to be a...
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad
Thanks for
Council.
asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
On the next episode of Recipes for Disaster.
So we've got our neighbor Paul coming over tonight for a barbecue, which is why I prepared a delicious lemon rosemary steak marinade from my special collection of old family recipes. To make sure the steaks are extra, extra, extra tender, I left them marinating out on the counter overnight, just like Nana used to.
Maria may mean well, but without food safety, it never ends well. Always thaw or marinate foods in the refrigerator at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below, or you could make your friends and family really sick. Maria's neighbor Paul didn't think twice about the steak he ate until he was presenting his company's financial forecast to the board. That's when a sudden bout of food poisoning made it explicitly clear that profits weren't the only thing on the rise. Watch Recipes for Disaster at foodsafety.gov. You'll learn the right steps as Maria does everything wrong. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
You are exactly where you need to be. This is Conversations with Suzanna. We are a show that is about entertaining you with knowledge that will get you to move through your drama and make you happier every day. The conversations will take you to another place with a little bit of knowledge that you can even use around the water cooler and inspire others. It's what you give that counts, as our friend Matthew Ferry has told us. There are more that unites us than divides us. So let's be willing to help each other get better. And our little guest today is one who has told us. I hope you don't mind me calling our little guest today. I'm a healthy woman there, Matthew. And you have an incredible smile. You be sure and thank your mother for having you brush your teeth. Matthew Ferry is here with us today. Matthew Ferry, as you can go to his website at MatthewFerry.com. He has a 7 steps e-course that can help you master your mindset. And it is about mastering your mindset, isn't it?
It really is, because in the end, what you have is your experience, and your experience is what your life is, and your experience is nothing more than the perceptual filters. What you say to yourself, about others, and about the situation is really what your life is, and you have complete control over that if you're willing to wake up and go into an aware state. If you allow yourself to maintain your conditioning, then you won't really have control over your experience.
And it is about waking up, isn't it? Waking up to...
it really is.
Lesson number 3. Someday won't be better than today. That's an interesting thing. Someday won't be better than today. That's lesson 3. And you say that the circumstances of your life will never be enough to make you truly happy. Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, if you tune into the drunk monkey is in a perpetual state of comparison. And its job is not to be satisfied and fulfilled. That's not an effective way to keep the body on high alert just in case some danger might come. So what the body does, what the mind does, and the mind is part of the body, is it is constantly looking at how now is potentially not right, and that we can correct it or improve it or change it in order to make it better. And this idea, this drive to make it better, make it better, make it better, make it better, really in the end, if you examine your motives, what you're trying to do, what the mind is trying to do, is to keep you alive longer, to make you, and it wants you to be more prosperous, and it wants you to be more attractive to other people. But, most of us have enough money to get along just fine, as long as you have some way to kind of get around, and you have food on the table, and you got some friends, you're fine. But this drive to be incredibly successful, or this drive to want more, need more, look better, all of that really doesn't make us happy. So the game that I play with people, go ahead, I'm sorry, Suzanne.
No, these phone conversations are interesting. A lot of times there's so many books written about the now that you have to be happy in the now. Is that what you're telling me?
I am, but what I have found is that getting to the now is quite a pesky process. Mm-hmm. And I've found that there are a couple of things that are real functional about it. So my background is I'm a executive life coach, right, and have been a sales coach in the past. And mm-hmm. so what I get paid for is results. And so to help some of my executives get into the now, I ask them to do a couple things. One, I ask them to define what are they really after? What are they ultimately after? And I just keep saying to them over and over and over, well, what's that going to get you? Well, what's that going to get you? And they say, well, I really want this. Well, why? What is it going to get you? Where are you going? What are you trying to do? Ultimately, what will all of this do for you? And, Suzanna, they get to things like, it'll make me happy. It'll make me feel like I'm on a sense of adventure. It'll give my life purpose, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I work with people to very simply start to infuse that feeling of maybe it's empowerment, or maybe it's bliss, or maybe it is joy, to infuse that feeling, to find that feeling in everything that they do, so they can be picking up after the dog in the backyard, but feeling on purpose, feeling an experience of positivity, because they are focusing on finding their feeling state that they want, rather than trying to change the circumstances. The circumstances are oftentimes out of our control, but how we experience them is absolutely in our control.
So the circumstances are out of our control, and it's how we experience them that can make us happy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and not exactly. So
all right, go with the not exactly. I need more help here. Help me.
So it's sort of like this. It's not exact. The circumstances are not exactly out of our control. We certainly have a certain degree of control mm-hmm. over our circumstances, but we are sharing the planet with another 7 billion people. And I've noticed, I'm sure that your listeners have noticed, that the planet itself doesn't necessarily care what we're up to. Floods come, earthquakes happen, tornadoes happen, right. Big storms, right? Stuff happens, right? And so we're not necessarily completely in control of life itself, but we can influence the results that we're experiencing and the circumstances that we're experiencing by staying in an empowered state. And being empowered is a choice that you make by learning to control the perception or the context that you're holding. I call this recontextualization. You have to learn how to create a context that empowers you.
Wonderful, wonderful, extremely wonderful. Tell us a little bit about how you got into this field. We have you scheduled back because we want to take calls next time you come in. We want you to help people see how they can make their life a little better with each step. But tell me how you got in this field, Matthew.
Well, it really came down to my father. My father is a third-generation personal development guy. His mentor was a man named Earl Nightingale.
Oh, my Lord,
and,
yes.
Earl Nightingale basically started the personal development industry as we know it today. Earl Nightingale was mentored by a man named Napoleon Hill. And so that's kind of my lineage, Napoleon Hill, then Earl Nightingale, then my father, and now me today. And really what I have sort of gravitated towards is helping people to achieve more results by getting their mindset right. And so I help people produce results by changing the relationship that they have to the task. So I've spent the last 23 years, basically, first helping people learn the skills necessary to achieve results, but then realizing I could teach people all the skills in the world, but if they see themselves as a victim, or if they feel disempowered, or if they feel like they're at a disadvantage, the skills that they've learned don't even work because of the way that they're relating to the situation. So I got into this through sales coaching, which then turned into executive life coaching, and that's where I'm at today.
Well, you know, I think we all are in sales. I mean, when I meet someone, I have to sell them that I'm sweet and innocent, as I'm sure you have to do the same. The question, do you think we're developing, or so many seem to come from a victimhood? Can this be applied to all of them and to get them out of the victimhood?
Yes. Victim, if you define victim, it is the state of feeling powerless, and powerlessness is an illusion. You have the power to change your state of mind right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. Matthew Ferry, you have been a delight to have on the air. Thank you for coming on. I look forward to future conversations with you on how to make our day better each day. Thank you again, and this will be up on iTunes. And probably as soon as our producer Chad gets it up there, then you can look under Conversations with Suzanna on iTunes, Matthew Ferry. We'll be right back. This is live, so come right back with us. Bye-bye.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't seen your lap in months. And even more stuff. But still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. The difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. Studies prove that reading to a child regularly dramatically improves reading skills. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are 4 times as likely to graduate. So United Way is calling for 1 million volunteers over the next 3 years. We're asking you to step up, make a pledge, tutor a child who needs help, mentor a kid who needs someone on their side, volunteer to read to children, make a difference. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Entire communities improve. The path to success or failure starts long before graduation day, and the difference between a graduate and a dropout could be you. Be a reader, tutor or mentor, give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge. Go to liveunited.org now. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Every hiring manager knows that a company is only as good as the people it's made from. So where do you find the best people? That may surprise you.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
This is talent worth knowing about.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
I heard on the news about that 5-year-old who found his uncle's gun. The kid didn't know it was loaded.
I heard on the news about that 14-year-old girl who was bullied online. For like a year, she couldn't take it anymore, so she got her dad's gun from his nightstand.
I heard on the news about that guy who broke into someone's house, stole a gun from the hall closet.
He accidentally shot his cousin in the head.
She killed herself.
And later, killed the owner of the store he was trying to rob.
If you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
You are certainly where you need to be. This is Conversations with Suzanna on Omaha World-Herald Live, World-Herald Live, omaha.com. You can always find us here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we're all about helping you to have a better and easier life with information that we can help you get. If there's anyone that you want to hear from, or you want to hear an interview of, please come to my website or go to the Omaha World-Herald, Conversations with Suzanna, and give me suggestions. You can Facebook me, Twitter me. I'm all about supporting you and your needs. And as I support you and your needs, I support me and my needs. This show is just about making life better, one day at a time, one thought at a time. And that's what we do right now. So please feel free to give us a call. The number is 402-255-2000. You can tell I'm looking at the number. First time I'm using it. If you'd like to look into your future and find out what's ahead, give us a call at 402-255-2000. The rest of this week, we have nothing but love in store. So I want you to know that we're going to be talking love on, it's all about learning to love yourself. You know, people come to me at my appearances and they always question, why aren't they in love? What's wrong with them? And my next guest that we're going to have on Wednesday has written a book, which I'm not finding the name of, Bad Girl, but has written a book that will help us understand how to love ourselves a little bit better. And the book is from Linda Marlett. She's coming to town, Reverend Marlett. She's written a book about understanding yourself and coming first from the love inside. Friday's guests are going to be rather fun. We have the America's Matchmaker. She's going to be coming on. She's going to be helping us figure out what to do on that first date. How we can tell whether he's a keeper or he's not. The thing is, the show will always entertain you, but also give you information to make you look brilliant around the water cooler and around everything else. Please join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 o'clock. I am going to tell you right now, we're going to have a little conversation with my Chad. Chad is actually my producer. He's got a great smile, and I wish we could get you on camera, but you can't, can you, Chad?
Well, I kind of hide in the background of the second shot camera we have, so.
Uh-huh.
But
Well,
right now it's all about you. The camera's focused on you, Susanna.
well, let's focus it on us right now. One of the things that I do, and one of the things that you'll find on my business card, on the back of a business card, is the sayings that I teach. And what I'm going to have Chad do for you is read each line. There's what, 4 lines, Chad? How many?
If you want to go by sentences, there's 3 sentences, I believe.
Okay, let's hit
3
the
lines.
3 sentences, and this is what I teach. Please understand, it's all about empowering you. The first one is?
The first one is, the future is changeable and the past has no power.
Okay. That means, first of all, if you're seeing a doctor, you're seeing someone who says you're just not going to cut it. You're not smart enough. You're not good enough. You're not better enough. Well, they don't know you. And the future is changeable. So if they say, you can't make it, you can say, I can. Don't give your power away to somebody else to make your life worse. The power always begins and ends in you. The past has no power. If I had a nickel for everyone who has come to me looking for love or happiness and not being able to have that love or happiness, and the reason is because they are still carrying the past. Do you know what my favorite saying about the past is?
No, hit me with it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If you carry yesterday's garbage, it smells up today. And we really don't want to smell up today with yesterday's garbage. And no one outside of you knows how to handle your garbage. So it's going to be really, really important for you to understand you have to let go of the past and come to a new relationship with a clean slate. Now, we don't forget our past. Our past is a great lesson. It helps us to realize what we need to learn. But if you carry the past, you're going to keep drawing that same lesson to you. So that's why some people in some relationships draw the same kind of people to them. So the past has no power unless you give it to it. And I suggest that you stop doing that. I suggest you walk anew. The future is changeable. Nobody can tell you about tomorrow. You can make tomorrow the best or the worst. And, you know, a lot of people come to me who have been fired and think it's the end of the world. And then I ask them, did you like your job? And they say no. And what if it's God's way of pushing you out so you can go into a much better place? So the trust that God has your back, because He certainly has. And I think we want to go to the last part of it, which is the future. The last part is, I'm really making you work over there, Chad.
Oh, it's cool. We have a caller. We have Austin on the line if you want to take a call.
Well, let's finish the card, and then Austin, stay there. We'll be right with you.
Okay.
And others can call it. The number is 402-255-2000. And what's the last part of the statement on the card?
It's choose now to look for and accept the good in everything.
Okay. A lot of great authors out there who talk about the now, that this moment is the only moment you have. And you have to make this moment the best. And you make it the best by believing that you are a creation of God. There are no accidents. If you're above the ground, you can make things better every moment. Okay? So, the power is in the moment. You let go of the past. You don't worry about the future. You live with integrity in the moment, and you can make your tomorrows even better. We'll talk about planning. We're going to talk about love. But I want you to know, it all starts with you. If you're not in a loving relationship, it could be you're not loving to yourself. If you're not in a loving relationship, could be you're needy. You need to understand what you want out of life. You have to be first. Okay, I think, should we go to the phone now or take a break? You're in charge, Chad.
We got about 40 seconds. I can see if Austin will hang around through the break.
Austin, please hang around. We'll come right back to you. And anyone else who would like to call, please call at 402-255-2000. Again, 402-255-2000. We're here to focus on you. This is Conversations with Suzanna. We'll be right back.
This is the sound of a brand new outdoor grill being hurled off a 20-story building. Now a stylish glass coffee table. An electric guitar. These are the things you could enjoy, all cast into oblivion. Because when you throw away money on wasted electricity, you throw away everything you could have bought with it. Visit EnergySavers.gov and get tips on how to save energy and money. Then do things like switch to Energy Star light bulbs or Energy Star appliances, and you could save hundreds of dollars a year. So this doesn't happen to the recliner you've had your eye on, or this to the treadmill on your wish list, or this to the shiny new bike your kid's been asking for. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
Jacqueline. Yes, Mom? I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text.
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. So many comments on my comment.
Hey, guys, check out my new video game.
Mom, what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
This weekend, unplug. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present.
When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium.
When I grow up, I want to be a warm place on a cold day.
When I grow up, I want to be a fancy
When I grow up, I want to be a bike that races around the country. When I grow up, I want to be a bench on a forest trail. I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch. I want to be a skyscraper. I want to be a...
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take a deep breath in and let go of the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk. Or when you hit that piñata into your neighbor's yard. Let it go.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Go, Caleb! Come on, hit a homer, Jesse!
Let's go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Wow, Jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obvious.
Oh, hey, guys. Did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are exactly where you need to be. This is Conversations with Suzanna. The door is open. Welcome. Come on in. Let's have a conversation. The phone number to get in the studio is 402-255-2000. Again, 402-255-2000. we are going to go to the phone. We're going to take a look into the future. Please be aware that this show is just about empowering you, making your life better moment by moment, making your life the life you want it to be. And we can when we take the power that is in us and make everything okay. First of all, let's go to our caller who is on hold. Hello, this is Austin?
Yes.
Hi, Austin. Austin, can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
Oh, I am fine. Austin, how old are you?
21.
21. Austin, I'm going to tell you a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the things in your future. Would that be all right with you?
Absolutely.
All right. Austin, first of all, have you ever heard of the word procrastination?
Yes.
It might be your long suit, sweetie. And here's why. You're so cautious, you don't want to make a mistake. So rather than make a mistake, you have a tendency to just take your time and really have the best intentions. But if you don't have the follow through, the bacon doesn't get into the refrigerator. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have to sort of maybe, do you carry a date book with you?
Like a planner?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Do you have a alarm on your phone?
Yes.
Well, I would suggest that you would say, and think of when you want something to be done, or when you want something to be looked at, and at that point, you can just put it on your calendar and have it come up and be alert. Okay?
Okay.
But organization is not your long suit, and to be really, really successful, you need to make it your long suit. Got that?
Okay.
Here's the other thing. You're going to own more than one business. And you're also going to be going back to school. Now, the schooling might be on the computer. But I'm worried about you not following through, okay? So that focus and follow through. I like you involved with people. You have a great personality. You have a wonderful smile. So you need to be, your personality is what's going to make you money. Your follow through is what's not going to make you money. So we've got to be aware of that a little bit, okay? I am going to tell you also that there will be schooling. There's also going to be schooling in a building. Now, it might be part-time, might be a weekend thing, but I feel very positive about it. Right now, are you aware that you have some real major tire issues?
Like on my car?
Yes! Are you aware?
No, I'm not aware.
Okay. Well, you're going to be involved with tire issues around you. Okay? So just be aware of that a little bit. Okay? Whether I would just get the can that fills up the tire and just keep it in your car or in your back pocket, because you're going to be around somebody with tire issues. Also, what does Las Vegas do for you? Anything in particular right now?
Not right now. I was thinking about going there later in the year.
And you are. You are. So we've got to follow through, make the plans, look up the stuff you need to know, because yes, you will be going there. Okay? Also, I'm going to tell you that there does seem to be some kind of insurance communication that is going to just frustrate a little bit, but is actually going to be very good for you. Do you have a question, Austin?
What's my love life look like for the rest of this year?
Well, there's a lot of changes. Did you listen to our earlier interview? No.
Yes.
Bad boy. You're going to need to start listening to the interviews. Actually, ask me, Austin, who's going to be on the show on Wednesday. Go ahead, ask me, Austin.
Who's going to be on the show on Wednesday?
We have an author of The Divine Audacity. And what she's going to talk about is first being the love and believing in yourself enough to draw the right people to you. So, everybody, come online on omaha.com or World Herald Live on Wednesday. You're going to listen to the author of Divine Audacity. And guess who we have on Friday, Austin? We have the matchmaker, America's most famous matchmaker. She's going to be on Friday. So again, download the app. Tell your friends about the app. We're going to make life better one day at a time, one thought at a time. Thank you for calling in, Austin. Please pass the word. This is the place you can call in and ask questions of the guests and of me.